Welcome to Tom's Tech Show. Today, as part of the Lab Manager series, we're going to be playing with database fields. Welcome to Tom's Tech Show, and today we're continuing part of the Lab Manager series that I have, building my Lab Manager system, which allows me to control and turn on and off VMware virtual machines and present those links to users so they don't have to interact directly with VMware every time they check out a machine. It'll be a clean machine and they can do their work. Part of that is how I set up and configure database fields in the system. Of course, the front end of this is PHP and then the database MySQL. So here I'm logged in, and if I go to my users table, I can see here I have 3 users. There are different levels of access. I can click edit on one of them, and here I have user and admin. So those are the 2 different access levels. Well, I want to add a new level, so I have an access table, and I can add the guest access. So now when I go to users, edit that user, and pull this down, we now have guest, that we can now update that user as guest. And then through that we can do other things, but this is just to kind of get a basic overview of how the database fields work. So how is this functioning in the back end? Okay, here you see in my main users table I have a field named access with _LU after it. So that means it's a lookup. So that means we're going to trigger this in our code to go look up data from another table. The table is the name of the field before the first underscore. So here I have my access, and if I look at the data of the access, it's of course what I just updated, user and admin and guest. In users I also have a field that's h_password. So this creates a field that when I'm looking here in the main view, it's not displayed. When I edit, it displays that. It's not hashed right now. I'm building that functionality into it to hash the password. So that's how you can hide fields if that you don't want displayed in the main list, which becomes in handy because if I have someone who's guest who only want to see a list of these items and not their password, then I can do that when they can't click on or edit them, but it doesn't show them the password, just their username. Okay, so now I want to add a new field, and I'm going to call this enabled and do an _yn. So _yn triggers in the code, save it here, to give me a field, click users, that says enabled here. And that being yn automatically sets a value that I can pick from a yes or no table. So yn triggers that. If I look at the code, if I go into my PHP code here, you can see I peel off, if I see in the string an underscore, then I peel off the end of it, this LU for update, for lookup, and then I do a query of the database. That's the field name is going to be the database name, and then I loop through and put up the options, and if that option is already selected, I set it to selected. So through that I can easily add tables and remove tables into this system of database editing. Okay, so there's a lot more on the outside of this that gets into virtual machines and VMware, but this is just the basics of how I name my tables and how I name my fields so that it makes it more dynamic and more able to be changed and customized just through the web interface. Alright, this has been a part of the series for the Lab Manager, and there'll be more to come, and there's been a few episodes already, so if you want to go back and look at those, we'll link those here at the end. And thanks for watching. I'm Tom for Tom's Tech Show, and God bless.